Now, separately, Defence Minister Ng Eng Hen has revealed that there were breaches of training, safety and discipline regulations surrounding the death of full-time national serviceman Corporal First Class Dave Lee. Now, the 19-year-old suffered heat stroke following an 8-kilometre fast march and died after almost 2 weeks in hospital. In a ministerial statement to Parliament today, now Dr. Ng set out the preliminary findings of a committee of inquiry on the incident, but emphasised that no evidence of foul play or medical negligence was found. On 17th of April, the day before the fast march, Corporal Lee ran 6 laps of 400 metres each. And for the first 3 laps, he ran each lap about 10 seconds faster than required. And for the next 3, he ran at his own pace. The rest time between each lap was also reduced to 1 minute, 45 seconds shorter than in a lesson plan. Now, these deviations were a breach of the Army's training safety regulations. Now, later that night, at about 9:45 p.m., an unauthorized 30-minute punishment was meted out to Corporal Lee's platoon. The commanders wanted to punish the platoon for a perceived lack of teamwork, as well as for using their mobile phones after lights out. They were made to do exercises like sprints, leopard crawls, push-ups and crunches. Water was also poured on them, and they had to recite the Guards' Creed a few times in high kneel position. Now, the platoon was sent back to their bunks at about 10:25 p.m. and it was lights out at 10:45 p.m., which meant that the soldiers had less than the required 7 hours of uninterrupted rest, which could have caused Corporal Lee to feel more fatigued the next day. And on 18th of April, the day of the fast march, Corporal Lee took his body temperature before setting off, and it was normal at 36.3 degrees Celsius, and he appeared well. However, he ended up being the last to finish the march in around 100 minutes and seemed disorientated after. Personnel who attended to Corporal Lee thought he was suffering from physical exhaustion. Well, they removed his equipment, unbuttoned his uniform and applied ice packs at his vital points. He was also given water and oxygen. But the Committee of Inquiry found that these measures were inadequate. It noted that an on-site IV drip was not administered, ice packs were not placed properly, and a ground sheet not properly used. When Corporal Lee's condition did not improve, he was evacuated to Bedok Camp's medical centre. But the COI pointed out that there was a significant gap between the onset of his symptoms and his arrival at the medical centre. And by the time he got there, Corporal Lee was semi-conscious and his temperature had spiked to 42.7 degrees Celsius. 2 bags of fast IV were administered and he was placed in the body cooling unit for 2 cycles, but he did not respond to treatment. The decision was made to evacuate him to Changi General Hospital, where he eventually died 12 days later. The committee's preliminary assessment was that Corporal Lee had likely succumbed to heat stroke due to inadequate on-site casualty management and delayed evacuation to the medical centre.